بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد وعن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال أخذ رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ببعض جسدي فقال كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب أو عابر سبيل وعد نفسك في أهل القبور رواه البخاري. Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma said that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is holding some part of my body. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam held me from here, placing his both hands over my shoulder. Riwayat says that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam caught some part of my body and then he said that be into the dunya like a stranger or as a passerby, and count yourself from the people of grave, from the people of qubur. Hadith Sharif is being narrated by Bukhari Sharif. Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, it is his riwayat, and when it comes to the commentary of this Hadith Sharif, commentators, they said that Nabi Sallallahu, sometime you're talking to your son, somebody, your beloved, and you hold him from his shoulder and you're talking to him. That's how Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam held him. And first thing Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that kun fi dunya ka'annaka gharib, live in this world like a stranger. And to make one understand easily, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used second word, aw abiru sabili, or as a passerby. Because commentators, they said that even traveler also, when he will break his journey someplace for few days or one night or 2 nights, maybe he will get subtle little bit. But person who is a passerby will never be subtle. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave that example, that be like a stranger or like a passerby. And it will be very easily understood. The last third sentence, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, وَعُدَّ نَفْسَكَ فِي أَهْلِ الْقُبُورِ, count yourself from the people of grave. As we are aware that we are going through this chapter, it is the chapter of greed and having long ambitions, long planning. That is the chapter. So this Hadith Sharif is very relevant to the chapter, that if somebody lives in this world like a passerby, then he will not be inclined. He will not be engrossed so much. He will not be drowned. If you see any passerby, then he will not have deep noticing of the area, because he is not going to settle down. He is just a passerby. Or if somebody counts himself from the people of grave, then he will worry about grave more than the dunya. So that is what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, we were talking about him yesterday too. Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, he is a ashiq-e shariat. He is a ashiq-e shariat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us suhbat and companionship of somebody who is ashiq of deen and ashiq of Quran and ashiq of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. If somebody stays into the company of ashiq-e Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then he will automatically become ashiq-e Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, he was Ashiq-e Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They said that he had approximately performed 60 Hajj. He had approximately performed 60 Hajj. And he had approximately performed 1,000 Umrah. More than 1,000 Umrah. And so many slaves he set free. But he was such an Ashiq-e Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam that according to riwayat, according to his knowledge, onto the whole route, if there was any attachment of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he made the sign of it. He made the sign of it. So next time he goes there, he remembers that this attachment took place between Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and this place. So that place became beloved to him. All those signs were made by Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, because he was Ashiqur Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was, yesterday we shared, if you remember, because he used to come every year for Hajj, and he used to come for Umrah. He performed 1,000 Umrah approximately. He performed 60 Hajj. So whenever he is in Makkah Mukarramah, from Makkah Mukarramah, at quite distance into the outer of Makkah Mukarramah, there was one tree. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam rested under that tree. Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, whenever he is into Makkah Mukarramah, he will go for qaylula under that tree. And it was a burning heat. But ishq, ishq makes you do anything and everything. He had that ishq. People used to ask that, is that sunnat or sunnat-e muakkada? He said, that you categorize whether it is sunnat or not. Here my Habib sallallahu alayhi wasallam rested, so that's why that place is beloved to me. Every day, whether it is burning heat, I will go and rest to derive some barakat from the place where body Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam rested. You remember we must have shared before, once he was on a journey and his students were with. At one place, he sat down like he is meeting the call of the nature, number one. He sat down like that. But if you notice from far, if someone is sitting down like that, and when your need is over, then you will do istinja. So by actions, people can figure out that he is doing istinja. When he was out of that place and when he came back, so his students asked, that looks like that you were meeting the call of the nature, number one, and we didn't see you doing istinja. So he said, I had no urge or need for the call of nature. I didn't need number one or number two. But I remember that place Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did meet his call of nature. So I just sat down acting like him. Oh Allah, give us the mad love of your Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That day we were visiting that uncle because he had the company of somebody who is maghlubul hal for the ishq of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when we went to see him, he was quite weak and down. But as we were talking about Allah and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, within minutes he was revived. He became to life. He came back to liveliness within minutes. And then when we were leaving, he said that yes, and I will remember this forever. Oh Allah, give us like that bondship between ourselves and your Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How great our Salafus Salihin, when they were talking something very important, and just to make you feel that, I am honest in this confession, in this statement, in this call. So just to stamp it, that no, I am honest. They used to say that if I am not right, if I am na'uz billah, speaking against the truth, then when I am dying, I will have no fortune of kissing the feet Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That's how confident they were. Like this, he was saying that day that, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam's topic. So I feel like saying to my family, he was saying that when I'm dying, don't discuss about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Maybe I'll come back from the death again. That's how, we should, our old people who used to have love of Nabi sallallahu. Abdullah ibn Umar is the symbol of the love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abdullah ibn Umar is the symbol of the love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I have shared many times, about that poet, Urdu poet. And he used to do poetry and he used to take alcohol. So one day he was drunk, heavily drunk. His students, they said, let us make the mockery out of him. So they mentioned one of the other poets' name, that what do you say about Insha'Allah Khan? So he said, Insha'Allah Khan, he doesn't even know alphabet of the poetry. They mentioned another poet's name. He said he doesn't even know ABCD of that poetry. That's how they kept on mentioning one poet after another poet. And he kept on condemning all of them. Because he was heavily drunk and he was trying to say that there is nobody like me. Everybody he condemned. So they took chance. And they made mention of the name of our beloved. Look where we are now. Person, I'm talking about 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, heavily drunk, and drunk person, he is not in his sense. But how much love of Nabi Sassam they were made to drink. Just imagine, that fellow took an advantage of the situation. Everybody was enjoying, laughing. So he mentioned the name of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He was drinking. He had that glass. He threw it, broke it. He took one stick and he did hit onto the forehead of that young man in a manner that became maybe torn. And then he started shivering out of anger. And he said, how dare did you take that beloved and pure and integral name in my dirty gathering? So imagine, drunk but Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is dearer than anything else. Beloved than anything else. He went home, took ghusl and made tawbah for the rest of his life, that I used to drink, I used to commit sin. That's why someone can take an advantage about my Nabi Sassam. How many people are taking advantage about our Nabi Sassam? Did we ever become restless? Did we feel any pain? Did we react like Sahaba? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Abdullah ibn Umar, I was saying, Abdullah ibn Umar, he is the symbol of the love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wherever Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had some connection, he will know, he will make sign of it. So it is his riwayat, and he is saying that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam held him like that and said that kun fi dunya ka'annaka gharib, be into the dunya like a stranger, or abiru sabil, or just a passerby. Ud nafsaka min ahli al-qubur, count yourself from the people of grave. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us deep love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Wa man tabi'ahum ila yawmiddin. Ya awwal al-awwaleen. Ya akhir al-akhirin. Ya rahim al-masakeen. Ya dhal quwwati al-mateen. Ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk. Ya dhal ta'ul. Ya dhal jalali wal ikram. La ilaha illa ant. زهر اللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندامة ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى والمسلمين المظلومين في فلسطين وفي غزة العزة في غزة القرآن في غزة التمكين والشهادة. اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم. اللهم انصرهم ولا تنصر عليهم. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.